Okay, it's December 1, 2022. I'm about to make raviolis and meatballs. Now, this meatball recipe is going to be very basic. I can go fancy with the veal and the ground chuck and pork and seasoning, but I'm not really a big meat eater, and I just make this basic for my daughter. The reason I'm kind of filming too is because Orbs love Italian food. They love tea. They love the breadcrumbs. It's crazy. I don't want to get too close. Let's see. Get a good shot. I don't know if that's too close or not. This way, the orbs will look gigantic. And you gotta be able to see my head. I actually put a tiny bit of makeup on. And I put my teeth in for this. So, she's been wanting raviolis. My daughter driving me crazy. So I actually went to Walmart with Leanne. God bless. She got a car. Not a new car, but it's a car she chose. And I haven't been out with her or doing anything in a long time, and it felt real nice to be out and about. It started to snow, 50-mile-an-hour winds, wicked weather, wicked, but doesn't matter. It's nice to be out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with meatballs. Okay, now, they should take no more than 30 minutes to cook, and then I take them out, I put them in the sauce, and the rest as it goes. But I just want to see, a lot of times, a couple of years ago, I'd make the meatballs and the raviolis, with the breadcrumbs, with the egg, and you gotta have the breadcrumbs so everything sticks together and you get a nice juicy meatball. Usually I like to fill mine with mozzarella cheese and top it with Parmesan, and I like to make that, I call it cheesy balls, mama cheesy balls, but my wacko kid doesn't like that, so she didn't like cheesy balls. So anyway, she doesn't. So I figured, do I need the extra cheese? Now I could eat cheese all day, every day, every kind, with every kind of gravy, every kind of ranch, or all those kind of gravies and sauces. I just love it, but I gotta control myself. So I control myself. I'm gonna make a little bit extra because Leanne will be here tomorrow. Effie will probably be here later. And I am dying to make a plate. I might call my therapist and say I need you. I just leave it at the door because he's been eating cereal for dinner. He used to own his own practice in New York City, so his father worked for NYU, worked in Boston, my therapist. He's hippie, he plays in a band, he's like Santana. I love him. He has 2 cats, he has 3 cats, one died. They just came to him, they took him in, and he has 2 raccoons. He sent some videos. And, no health insurance kills me. And, there's no reason that the man should be eating cereal. Now, I love cereal for dinner as opposed to breakfast. I'm very happy to eat breakfast for dinner and dinner for breakfast, vice versa. But he doesn't deserve that. So, do I have a pen? Mama got a pen right there. So just want to be nice and neat. I changed my shirt 3 times after I did my nails and scrubbed and sanitized, and I covered my cuticles, which I think I did a little bit too much. When I start screaming, after seasoning the meat, you'll know how far I went, which was too far. I've been doing that since I'm 15. You think I can get it right? So you start with your ground beef. Dance a little bit, makes the meat happy, giving thanks to the Lord. Thank you to the farmer for not beating your cows. Thank you for the happy cow that's providing milk for my family. Thank you for the butcher that made this. Thank you for the money that paid for it, Lord. And thank you for Leanne who took me to the door to help me. And even though I have rheumatism, I can still cook and use my hands, even though it hurts like hell. So we always have something to be grateful for. Not just around the holiday season, but always. So I got the meat in there, and I got my breadcrumbs, and I had to have heart healthy because of the strokes. So I have not used salt since 1990, and thank God that is so, because with the strokes I'd probably be dead right now. Thank God for that intuition. from this little. But I'm going to season my meat and I'm going to do a drop of garlic salt just for the flavor. And here we go. And no shells. And there's a way to do that where it's just perfectly cracked, and I don't know how. There we go. Ta-da. Alright, so we got the yolk in there, and you want to get, and show you under your nails are clean and scrubbed, your hands are washed and sanitized, but you don't want to put hand sanitizer in your meat, so kind of wash them again. And I clean my hands until my fingernails bleed, until my nail bed bleed, because this is me preparing it, and this is going in somebody's mouth, and you can get very sick. Like back in the 1900s, what is it that they used to get? If the cooks in New York City, if they didn't wash their hands, they would get, there's a name for it. And there was a TV show called The Nick, and they showed the Irish chick that was working for all these families in New York, and she never washed her hands, and all the families got poop, and the baby got that one disease where your spine just like that, and that baby died. Typhoid Mary, something like that. I can't think of it. Anyway, ciao Sultan, I love you. You get that egg in there real good, and then you don't have to do the breadcrumb right away. I'm going to do a dash, and I do mean a dash. But that's all you need. This garlic salt is by Lowry's. I can taste that tiny, that would be like sucking on 8 balls of salt for me. I like onion flavor, but I don't like onions. I would put garlics in here, brown it and put it in if you don't like it. I don't like onions, so I'll just do the flavor of a little bit. I like that. A little bit of the garlic powder, so you can have a little bit more garlic flavor without overdoing it with the salt. Why not a little pepper? Just a little bit to balance it. Just a little bit. Now you want to get that egg in there real good. You don't want any gooey, yellow, white, but sloppy. And then, yeah, it's hurting. I cleaned my nails so good. This is burning like a motherfucker. Then what you do is you're going to do your breadcrumbs a little bit at a time. Because what happens? Too much breadcrumb, when the meatballs come out of the oven, the breadcrumbs get all brown and crispy, so you got crunchy bread meatballs. You don't like that. You want just enough that you don't even know that they're there. And that's enough to soak up the egg that's in there and keep the ball from, without the egg and without the breadcrumb, it falls apart. And you just got this basically slab of meat in the oven. You don't want that. But so you do just enough. Just enough. Let it sit tag. So I don't know if worms just came, but usually, I haven't seen them in a while. When I do the breadcrumb thing, usually they get like everywhere. Like when I make the tea, after I'm done putting the tea in the cup, there's a blizzard of orbs that come from everywhere, and they're all yellow and orange. Tea, you would think it'd come out green, but when the tea orbs come, they're all orange. They look like fall leaf colors. And when I do get orbs from breadcrumbs, the green and gold. But I don't know, I'm not seeing any with my eyes right now, and my ears are not ringing. We got a full moon coming up, I think, in the next week, so who knows? Okay, this is what you want your meat to look like. You don't want it gooey. You want it to stay together so it cooks well. You don't want to see any of that egg in there. And you don't want to see breadcrumbs everywhere, because we're not making crunchy bread meat. Ugh, gross. I like the non-stick pans. You can use that pan. You can get a little pan from, the dollar store, those aluminum ones. You could anything. I just like this because it doesn't stick. I could. You really don't want it to. You can do tiny. There you go. That's that. Let's say maybe one side cooks more than the other, then it sticks, and you're pulling up half the meatball, and the other half you gotta do. I can't be bothered with that. Now, if you make them nice and small, and with my arthritis, my balls aren't as good as they could be. My daughter makes perfect balls, but she's not here helping. She doesn't think that it's ever going to get worse. She thinks I'm going to be 90 and I'm still going to be doing this for her. Mom, I'm going to live with you till I'm 40 or 50. I said, well, then you'll be cooking for me, you'll cleaning for me, and not me doing this, my golden years. I'm going to have a few lovers, maybe. I don't know. I'm not like that. I haven't been with anybody since my ex-husband, and I left him in 2011. I've been alone a long time, but I'm free. And when you go through trauma, and then you get that freedom where your house is your house, the decorations are yours, the meals are yours. I don't have to cook a meal for like 8 people, because I used to eat like 4 people. Although I'd be happy to. And I usually wind up making extra anyway, and I bring it to Jesse and his mother. I'm going to make something for my therapist, you don't even know it. Then Affy comes over, and then Ames will come and look, say, what do you got? Leanne and her boyfriend, they already got left over in the fridge. Like for breakfast today, Affy had it was either sloppy Giuseppe or my Mexican dip. Hey, it's good anytime when it's that good. I don't want my balls to be very big, because I want them to cook in 30 minutes without being overdone or without being red in the middle. Nobody wants to get sick from red raw meat. Now, back in the 70s when my mom used to make the meatballs, she would eat the ground beef raw, just to make sure it was okay before she made the meatballs. Me, I could never. Now, I used to eat my hamburgers when they were going still on my plate, and I would drink the blood. I don't know how I used to look like that. I love steak blood, love it. After I got out of the hospital with the mini strokes, I couldn't even look at meat. But yeah, my mom would just eat it like that, give it to the dog, give it to the cat. I couldn't do that. So these look like they're a nice size. This one's a little bit too big, but I think we'll work. And just, you want it, like I say, not too big, not too small, because then they're going to go in sauce. And you're going to cook it, and let the sauce seep into the meatball while you're making the ravioli. And that's going to give it an even extra flavor. And I'll tell you what's even better than that. Make enough that you'll have leftovers for tomorrow night. Put the meatballs away in the fridge in like a secure, Tupperware thing, in a secure Ziploc bag, and let that sauce seep into that meatball overnight. Then the next day, make yourself a meatball hero. Guarantee nothing like it. It's the overnight and the mixture of the sauce and the seasoning that makes the best meatballs. My friends from Illinois still write to me about my meatballs. Still. And I don't talk to the friends from Nevada anymore because it was a different lifestyle, but boy, they drove me crazy too. And in New York. So, my balls are famous. I have famous balls. And I don't know if the orcs are here, but I was making them one night and I was filming. They're going in now. We're going to put this on 350, about 375 again, but I'm going to do 350 because we don't want to burn them, stick them. And you're going to put them in there for 30 minutes. Now, when I was checking them last time and I was filming, I opened up the oven, I had the camera, there are white orbs just waiting for the meatballs to be done. Swear to God, I posted it on my org page. Can't make that up. So, in we go. We're going to time it 30. And then we're going to put the sauce in here and we're going to maybe put a lid on it and just keep it on the lowest setting. And you're going to put a little drop of sugar in there, make it sweet. I already got the water up to the meatballs, garlic knots on the side. And that is how we are going to do dinner. Sure you don't have any meat left over on your breadcrumbs because that's kind of gross and nasty because I use them all the time and I don't want leftover roast meat from the last meal stuck to my... This is disgusting. I don't mind if it's on the counter, but I don't want it like that. That's nasty. Gotta make sure that's clean. That shit will make you very, very sick. Just like we were buying all our meat from Big Y all summer. They owe us about 20 packages of meat. because every single package we brought home smelled like funk and was gray. The only place we can get ground beef right now is Walmart. Who'd have thunk that? So now I'm gonna get ready with this. I'm gonna slow cook this. I hate the can opens because the hands, it hurts to. But I'm not bitching. I'm just making a statement. So instead of trying to, you can do it this way. But if our friends are here, then I make them open the can for them. Otherwise, you could just do this. And this is my favorite. This would taste just like my mother's sauce that she would get up at 5 in the morning and dinner would be ready at like 6, 7 o'clock at night. This is just what her tastes like. This is the best. And just pain in the ass. I never can get a good can opener. And I never had an electric can opener that didn't break within a week, just like my vacuums and my lights and everything else, so the hell with that. Everything's been washed like 3 times because I'm paranoid, and changed my shirt 3 times because I don't want hair in my food. So I did my hair and changed my shirts. I even cleaned the mirror and the bathroom sink and all that, so I don't bring anything from there in here. Because there's nothing more disgusting. I mean, I'll take a crunchy meatball, but I will not take hair in the food. It makes me want to vomit, just sickening. So we're going to do that. And we're going to keep that. When we're ready to put the meatballs in there, then we can turn it up. But of course, it got to be cooked first. And a little secret, if you have acidic problems, heartburn, GERD, let me show you a little secret. That's the Italian measurement. This is how we measure in Italy. Done. I don't know what that's called. You're going to put in an amount of sugar. And a bit of this, a pinch of that. So this is going to go on crazy, super, super low. This is going to just get to the point before boiling. At 26 minutes, I know when to turn it up to make it boil in sync with, because I cook them for 8 minutes, I cook the garlic knots for 8 minutes, so I can sync it up and everything's done at the same time, and dinner is ready to go. I got this down to a science, and you think, oh, meatballs, raviolis, and it's so complicated. It's complicated if you've got to roll out the dough, put the machine maker on the table, put the dough in the machine, crank it, make your linguine. That's how my mother used to make the pasta. She would make the dough, then she would get that old from the 1920s. And she would make linguine or angel hair and just biceps. No way. No. It doesn't have to be all that in 2022. And besides, equipment is so much better nowadays. That thing was, I don't know how my mother did it. Put your stuff away. That's another very important thing when you're cooking your dinner. Clean as you go. Put that away. Get that all ready, because we don't need that. Need to cover. And then if there's any dishes in the regular pot or whatever, wash them. So, and I don't care how good that is. I just wash everything. Just to keep the heat in. A little baking powder and my sad excuse for cans. Don't ask. Don't ask. And that's what's going to happen. So we're going to come back in 25 minutes. We're going to have a look. We're going to see if the orbs are in the oven. I'm going to play this back and see if any came to visit. And I will clean this because if you don't, by the time you're done eating, the kitchen will look like it threw up. And you're tired, you're full. You just say, who wants to deal with that? I don't. So, we wash. Now. So, dudes and dudettes and my soul family, and welcome new subscriber. Lovely talking to you the other night. Congratulations to Dale and your beautiful wife, Monica Ferrero. Monica Ferrero. My mom's maiden name was Ferrero. My biological mom is buried in Italy, and right now Dale's with his new wife, and he started a paranormal research company with his new wife called Dynamo. I guess it's a combination of Dale and Monica. Dynamo Paranormal Research, plus she's a medium. I'm a medium as well, but I have boundaries. and I have issues because my light is very bright, very, 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 very bright, and not just happy angels and orbs, and everything is attracted to light. That means all the darkness too. So there are only like 4 people that I will communicate with. On the other side, maybe 5, because everybody keeps dying. But I'm very limited with my who I allow to come through and to do a session with. I've talked to my mother, Kathy Obbs, my friend John, Chuck, who just passed away, Sister Sarah in Catholic school, Kathy Obbs, my mentor, and I'm not quite sure who else. Of course, Jesus, Mother Mary, Archangel Raphael has been here, Archangel Michael has been here. Well, he's always here. And I do believe the Pleiadians are here all the time too. So much blue and so much white, and the King of all kings himself has been here, not in here, but on. It's another story, and I have looked through my videos. It's filmed outside a year ago, and I have it on video. With the midnight rainbow, in came the King of Kings. Swear to God, you can't make that up. I'll be back in 30 minutes, and let's see what we can see. Hopefully we got some good, happy orbs. Now, full of breadcrumbs doesn't mean that they're gonna, who knows? Maybe yes, maybe no. Oh, yep, blue. All I gotta do is go like that, and they come. And I could do that with cat litter as well. Maybe I will animate litter for you later. Anywho, we'll be back for the finished product in a bit. Peace, love, and light. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. I tried to talk not so fast, but thank God YouTube has a button that you could slow it down for like people in Australia. I'm sure you can't understand me. Slow it down. Or better yet, I hate my voice. Close captioning and mute. That's it. You don't need more than that. We'll be back in 20-something. Peace, love, and light. Thanks, guys.